And we are live. I know I look like I'm kind of bundled up. I wear sleeves primarily to protect me from the sun. It's not because it's cold. Um, Walking, I'm going to go jump out and get a quick 9 in and see how busy the course is. I'd share a little bit about different things to think about as the football season starts up. Just watching the first set of games this morning, it looked like some of these teams could have used another preseason game. It was almost like the first set of games today were like a preseason game. I don't know how many other people noticed that, but it's kind of what it seemed like to me. It seemed like the things were, everybody was still working on getting into their groove. It made me think, how do we give our teams space? How do we give ourselves space to get into our grooves? Where do we create that flexibility, that time to find the space to get into the groove? How do we give people a little bit of freedom to get into the groove? This weekend, a friend and I played. We competed in a member memorial tournament here at the course, and we came in ranked 44th, and we ended up finishing 33rd. Not a great showing. We ended up coming in fourth in our flight, and again, how do we give ourselves the patience to kind of settle in and to reflect on um, the way that the round went for both of us. We both started the day pretty rough. My first couple holes on both days were really rough. So, and I typically will just jump out and play. I don't really have a warm up or ritual or practice or anything like that. I just kind of jump out there and go. And in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have kind of mentally got myself through those first couple of holes before we teed off officially, and I think it would have put us in a better position. So, how does this apply to what we do from a business, life, work perspective? Well, number one, um, it's important to feel comfortable just jumping in and being able to do things. If you're constantly prepared to go, you'll be you'll be ready. I think what's the saying out there? Cheetahs don't stretch. So why? Cheetah's always ready to go. Here's the view for this tee shot. We'll see what that looks like. So they're always ready to go. So we, on our side, can always be ready to go, but that doesn't mean that we can't give ourselves a little bit of freedom or a little bit of space to be prepared day of. So in hindsight, I should have gotten out to the practice tee, putted a little bit, um, hit my wedges a little bit, and then played a couple of practice holes. Once you get through that, though, you got to have the kind of the comfort, the flexibility, being able to tell yourself, hey, if I'm not ready, if I'm not ready, and things start slow, let's put the right things in place over the course of the next couple of holes to get ourselves prepared. And it took us about 6 or 7 holes to warm up. Here we go. First swing of the day. Looks like I'm left over the bunkers over there on the left hand side. So give your team some space, help them get prepared in the work that they're doing. You get prepared in the work that you're doing. And then when you go out there and start playing, start having conversations with customers, um, take some time to adjust. I don't know if this is super interesting for anybody, but here we go again with some Sunday or some thoughts on a golf course. I'm going to play this entire hole. I'm playing the 16th hole at Seville. I am on the left-hand side, just over the bunkers. It's one of the shortest par fours on the course. The biggest challenge with this hole, though, is the water here on the right-hand side. And if you've played golf with enough right-handers, you know a typical miss for right-hander will be a slice. The next typical miss is kind of what I did, which is I pulled it down the left-hand side. Ideally, I'm going to play 3 different clubs on this hole. Typically, I'll play driver. If I hit my driver well, then I've got a small wedge into the green, or I'm on the green and I'm putting. Second club will be my 54-degree sand wedge, which is usually what I'll hit anytime I'm within, depending on lie, anytime I'm within 100 yards of the hole. And then ideally, I get up there and I make a putt and get a birdie, and it's a good hole. 3 clubs, 3 simple swings. Anything we can do to reduce complexity is good, not only on the golf course, but also when we're out playing that game of life. I'll give you a little bit of the view. So let me know what kind of questions you'd like me to answer when I do stuff like this, when I'm walking the course. For me, one of the other things I try to do whenever I'm out walking the course is just take some time to clear my mind. And I look at golf as a bit of a walking meditation. And you can see how hot it is out here. I'm sweating. Here I am in the middle of the car path. So on a positive note, I got to drop. I drop over here on the left side. Looks like my ball's over to the left a little bit. I've got 89 to the center of the green. It's a white pin, so flag is going to be at the center. I hit that drive to 250. So let's get this set up. We'll do this. Myself a stance, drop, and like we said earlier, 54-degree wedge shot, ideally to the center of the green. Things quiet for us. All right, so again, 16th hole at Seville. There's a good shot at 17. 17's kind of our island green here. It's kind of like the 17 over at TPC Sawgrass. And you can see, actually hit that wedge pretty well. Again, going through, reinforcing the importance of a pre-shot routine. For me, my pre-shot routine is this simple. I stand behind the ball, usually 2 to 3 feet behind the ball. Sometimes 7 feet behind the ball if I'm on a tee box, but 2 to 7 feet behind the ball at address. I visualize the shot, pick my target out far enough away, out in beyond the horizon. I visualize the shot from the point that I'm going to take all the way through. I get a intermediate alignment, so I find something where I'm going to be able to align my stance against, or line my shot up against, and then I take anywhere between 2 and 3 steps toward the ball. I tap the club on the left side first before I start walking toward. So I have the club in my left hand. I tap it on the ground. That's kind of my initiation to go. That's my trigger of now I'm reacting to where things are. I do the same thing with the putter. So I'm about 7 feet away. I see my line as I walk up to it, tap my putter on the ground, line up. I like to twirl the putter first before I hit it. And I missed. Did not stay up. Shot. So par on 16 to start. That pre-shot routine. Again, tap the club. Club's in my left hand. Tap the club on the ground. Step up toward the ball. Place my left foot where I want it in my stance. Put my right foot where I want it. Waggle the club twice. Short waggle back. Short waggle back again. Look at the target. Look at the ball and swing. And that is my pre-shot routine. All right, one more view. This is looking backwards at 16. Getting ready to hit the island green on 17. Just walked away with par on 16. And I am going to see if I can get 9 holes in before either a storm runs in or I run out of sunlight. Let me know what kind of questions you'd like me to get into when I do these things. Happy to answer any questions when I walk the course. I'll share what I do from a pre-shot routine perspective. I'll share what I think about, how I reflect on things that are going on inside the business, how I reflect on just general goals. My primary goal right now is a health goal, specifically around fitness. The primary area where I'm putting attention to relative to that specific goal is sleep. From a strategy perspective, tactically, what I'm doing is making sure that I go to sleep by 9:30 every night. I don't have alcohol within 3 hours before going to bed, and I minimize the amount of food that I eat during that period. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.